Going. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you? And we are live. We are ready to go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. First, I'd like to start off and say I'd like to give honor to our veterans that we have lost. In honor of Memorial Day, I know I have some very special people to me that I honor on this day. And so I thank all our veterans whose lives were lost, whether it was in combat or not. Thank you so much for your service. We honor you. We are grateful for you. We remember you, and we are just so thankful for you. And I send my thanks and my honor to all the families who stood by them and gave them their gift, the gift of them being there to protect us and to be here for us. Right. So we honor our soldiers today. So tonight's message, right? Tonight's message is, will you show up for you? I apologize to everyone on Instagram. I forgot to put the title in the message. And I've been announcing that I'm going live all month of June. I started early. I jumped in. My sister at Allie Hustle during her month of May, she was doing really awesome and she was rocking it. And on her live, she challenged us. She said, listen, guys, let's up this, like let's 10x, right? So I 10x and I just started going live before June. And so here I am. So tonight's topic is, will you show up for you? And I want it to be more conversational. Actually, this is going to be a bit personal. You'll hear a lot of my experiences. And so, what I mean by will you show up for you, there are some barriers in getting started. There are some barriers in being consistent. There are some barriers in getting back up again. Will you show up for you? So, what that meant for me in my life, showing up for me, right? Showing up meant being present. Showing up meant I have to show up and do the work, right? And there's all kinds of work that needs to be done. And right now, things that you're having trouble with, it's not necessarily that you're not capable or you can't do it or that this thing isn't for you. You've just got some things that you need to move out of the way. You've got some obstacles, some things that you gotta deal with, because whatever's going on up here, it's translating outside of yourself. Hey, so I'm just so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everyone joining me. Hi. Right? So I'm going to work, you know me, looking at both cameras. So you owe you, and will you show up for you? Right? Now in life, and I love this book, I brought it, I want to show you guys. Who moved my cheese? Right? Your cheese in life is going to move. The goal, the object, your aim, it's going to shift. Things are going to happen. I wish I could tell you that life is going to be perfect. Every deal that you go for, oh, thanks for the love and the likes. I wish I could tell you that it was all going to go perfect. I wish that I could tell you it's going to be a smooth ride, but it's not. It's not. And you owe you to show up for you. And showing up for you means doing the work. And doing the work means sometimes we have to show up and we have to forgive. Sometimes we have to show up and we have to have difficult conversations. Sometimes we have to show up in the mirror, right? Yes, this book, I'm telling you, it's so great. And I'm going to go over some points from it. Because that cheese, it keeps moving, right? But you have to adapt in life. And what I call that adapting in life, I call it my pivot, right? I don't know if you watch basketball, but sometimes they hit that spot and then it's some pivoting that has to go on, right? And you have to be able to maneuver, because if you stay still, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. You don't survive that way, okay? So you have to show up for you. And you have to be willing to show up. Show up through the difficult times, show up through the rainy days, show up through the boring days, show up when it's not fun. You got to show up for you. You owe it to yourself. You're worth the trouble. So, more on will you show up for you? What else you have to show up for? Being consistent. You have to show up to do the reading. You have to show up to do the work. And you have to be the one to show up and get started. And what getting started looks like is that first conversation. It's that thing that you're avoiding, that you're hiding from. It's that therapy session you've been wanting or needing to sign up for. That physical health is wealth, right? So there's so many things. It's a mind, body, soul thing, right? Success, we can focus on the goal, and I've done it, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to ignore all this drama. You can't. So settle the drama in your life. Settle the drama in your life. Don't save it. Don't shove it in a closet. Don't sweep it with a broom. It doesn't work. Okay? It's going to keep popping up. Like whack-a-mole. Remember how you pop, 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 and now you're like burning all your energy because you keep having to whack all these different situations. Okay? So you got to show up. And showing up for you means also being honest and evaluating yourself. That's not always fun. It's not always fun to look in the mirror and say, okay, here's what's going on. But you need to take an honest assessment of your life. That's where everything starts from. Drop the baggage and just show up. Yes, you got to drop the baggage and just show up. There are some things that it hasn't been working. There are some people that they're draining your energy, and you keep having all these reasons for why they're still there, right? Maybe you're stuck in people pleasing syndrome mode. Okay. I've been there. I talked about this on a previous live this week. You can catch the replays on YouTube, right? Um, Let me tell you, you'll be so busy keeping the peace outside of yourself, you have none inside of yourself. You hear what I'm saying? You get it? So when it comes to will you show up for you, will you show up and do the work? Will you show up and say, okay, these are the things that they're not quite working out for me. This isn't quite working out for me. It used to work out for me before to be antisocial. It used to work out for me before to be avoidant. It used to work out for me before to shut down and check out and remove myself from situations. But now maybe it's time for something different. Now maybe it's time for you to step up and step forth and face it. And in facing it, you'll get to the other side of that thing, right? You'll get to the other side. And I'm not seeking to be too vague, right? You know what it is that you need to address. So one of my favorite questions that was posed to me during my training, um, what are you pretending not to know? What are you pretending not to know? You know what's going on with you. We love to go to people for advice, right? We love to lean on others. But at the end of the day, if I had to be honest, I knew it all along, right? I knew what needed to be worked on. Some things I was avoiding because you think, oh, I want to save that for another day, or, oh, that's going to be too much work. Can I tiptoe around that? Can I take the detour? And I'm telling you, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts around the work. You owe it to you to show up for yourself. And the difference that it makes, it's so worth it. So now there's this thing about, we talk about baggage in our life. There's different forms of baggage. You know, have you been there? There's different forms of baggage. It'll be people have passed on and you haven't coped with that yet. You haven't grieved. You're holding on. There was some kind of loss, a loss of a job, a loss of a child, a loss of a friend, right? Loss of employment, loss of relationship, right? This past year or so, right? People felt like they had some kind of loss of freedom, right? But you show up for you and put in perspective what all this means. You have to show up for you and show up for your peace. You got to show up for your peace. That was the biggest thing for me in showing up for my peace. That's when things started to clear. So I don't know if you've heard that. I don't know if you heard that saying, protect your peace. It sounds cool. Protect your peace. But what does that mean? Protecting your peace means things that aren't in alignment with yourself. It doesn't feel good. Like, you know what? Whenever I'm talking to this person, it seems to be consistent misunderstandings. They don't seem to seek to see, that I'm not trying to argue. I'm not even trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to have equity in this conversation too. I'm just seeking to have my point come across as well, right? So if there are people who just seem to be set on misunderstanding you or just set on having difficulties with you, maybe it's time to put some distance in between. There also might be some people who they're not quite in alignment with you anymore. Maybe they served you in the past, but where you're at right now, it's just not quite working, and that's okay. There's a saying, some people are in your life for a season, a reason. Some people are in your life forever, right? You have to show up and do the work. And you owe it to you to show up for you. Trust me. I know how it feels to have some difficult, draining people in your life. You feel like, oh my God, no matter how I talk to this person, no matter how I talk to this person and try to reason with them, they're not listening. Keep your peace. Those people that make you lose your peace is not worth it. You're stepping off of your square, your circle, as some of you call it, right? It's a distraction. Listen, and the enemy will come to distract you. Do not be the weapon formed against you, causing you not to prosper. You heard what I said? Do not be the weapon formed against you that's causing you not to prosper. That's real. That's real. That's real life. Sometimes we're the one that's holding us back. It's our attitude, it's our beliefs, it's the things that we're not willing to try. Come to the table seeking to negotiate differently. You owe it to you to show up for yourself. I know it. People, places, things, they drive you crazy. But when you surrender and you shut down, who is it really costing? A lot of times it's costing you. I was the queen of the shutdown. Oh, forget it. I'm checked out. Bye. And you miss out. Now you just exited the room. Now you took yourself out the game. You can't win if you don't play. How can you win if you're not even in the game? You get it? It's you working against you. It's you checking out. It's you saying, I give in, I give up. I can't do this. I only lost 12 pounds. What's the point? I got like 60 more to go. But you owe it to you to show up and do the work. No one else owes it to you to come and save you. No one else owes it to you to believe in you. You have to believe in you first. Unfortunately, people have this thing about, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. The thing is, when it comes to yourself, right? See, people will say, when I see it, I'll believe it. When it comes to yourself, you have to wholeheartedly believe in you first and believe and believe and faith it and faith it and faith it till you make it. Whatever it is. Whether that's your fitness life, your soul work, right? Your relationship with your faith walk, right? There's something there are things, your mental. How are you renewing your mind? What are you filling your mind with? What's supporting your heart? Who and what is supporting your heart? What are you consuming? What are you filling your body with? And I mention these things, and I know it might seem like, oh, but yeah, you're making it too simple. You're dumbing it down. You're making success seem like it's just, I eat carrots every day and I'll be okay. But that's the thing. You're taking for granted those little things. It's those little things that are so simple to do that you keep pushing them to the side and saying, oh, I can't be bothered. And you're not showing up. You're not showing up for yourself. Every time that plate is in front of you, what are you showing up to? And are you showing up for you to say, you know what? Let me portion this out. Let me portion this out a little better. And that could be your literal plate, like your food plate. And it can also be the plate that's in front of you with all your work that you have to get done. We have to look at the scope of what we're even capable of doing, be realistic and understanding within ourselves. That matters too. Because sometimes we skip out on ourselves because we're just checked out. Like, no, I just don't have it in me. You gotta find it in you. You gotta seek it out. And those things that are draining you, you got to unplug from them so you can recharge, so you can get whole, so you can get right within yourself, so you can have that renewal in your mind. It's possible. I talk a lot about being present and showing up for you, and I'm going to continue expanding on this topic in the month of June. And when I have my guests come on, I want them to share with all of you areas in their life that they recognize, you know what, I had to start showing up for myself. Are you waiting for people to clap for you? You might be looking at your audience like, my audience, this isn't good enough. But hello, it's a start. And you have to keep showing up. You're not showing up for them, you're showing up for you, because that consistency each and every day, month after month, it rolls into each other. And before you know it, it becomes your life. I'll give you an example. Powerful example that you can readily go see online if you haven't gone and checked it out already. My sister is at Ali Hustle on Instagram. At the start of May, she had about 400 followers. 400 followers. And she was a part of the antisocial social club. Right? Um, and that's the thing. Then she went public on her page, right? She opened up the door. She got social on social media, right? And something changed. She started getting present. And in being more present, some things started to happen. And that's what's going to happen for you and you too. And you. How do I know? Because when you show up, something's got to happen. Why? Because life isn't this thing that's not happening. In being here and showing up, something is occurring. Something is churning and turning and happening in your mind. And then that's the thing. This thing called exposure happens. Because now you've tipped the domino. Now you've put things into effect. Now things are starting to work in and around you. And in that happening, changes start to occur. Maybe it's you lose 3 pounds this week or 5. Maybe it's you meet one new friend or one new business partner or one potential client. That one could lead to the many, but you had to start. You had to show up. And how are you showing up? Your self-care. Will you show up for you this week? Will you show up for you right now? Starting now. I don't care what you didn't do before. Every day is a renewal. Every day is a new day, a brand new day. How are you going to show up for yourself? What will you do? What will you hold yourself accountable for? Accountability is showing up for yourself. And it's too easy not to be accountable. It's too easy not to show up for yourself. It's too easy to check out and say, no, not me, not right now, not ever. Oh, I can't be bothered. I'm telling you, some of you have begun showing up for yourself in a really powerful way. You got that business started. Or listen, I'll give you an example, right? You ever see people selling plates of food online? This is not a joke, okay? I once witnessed, okay? There is a restaurateur, chef, okay, from New York City, and he goes by the name Mr. Takeout. And I will never forget, years ago, I'm hanging out with some friends and someone pulls up on Instagram his page. And they said, wow, this food looks really good. I keep hearing about this food. And I'm next to them. I said, oh, what food? Because I'm a foodie. I love new restaurants and new food to try, right? So I said, oh, what? Let me see. What are you talking about? I said, ooh, that looks good. Really? They're buzzing? Get this. This is word of mouth. Did you hear what I just said? It started on Instagram. It was images. So we saw what he could do. The social proof was right there. It wasn't some big fancy website. It wasn't a 5-star restaurant. There wasn't Yelp reviews. I need you to hear me. There were no Yelp reviews. Oh my gosh. You want to tap in and go live with me? Because you are doing amazing. I would love it. I would love it if you come on with me. Your story is amazing. Your story is, oh my gosh, you have now grown into principal top chef from what I've heard. And oh my gosh, this is Mr. David, Chef David Stanford here, executive chef of, I believe, Northwell. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like Oprah. I'm like mini Oprah. Oprah's getting old, y'all. Auntie Opes is retiring soon. Let me know if you want to tap into the live and tell your story. So what I was saying, right? This started from Instagram. You know, we pulled up to these buildings to pick up the food, right? There was no restaurant, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. But he started there, and then the restaurant came. And now this chef extraordinaire who has tapped in on Instagram, right? He has shared some amazing dishes on his social media platforms, and he's now grown into an executive chef. You're shy? You better stop. Fix your face and let me know when you're ready to tap in. Well, at least when you tap in here, you'll only be on Instagram. My other camera is streaming to 4 other networks. I'm waiting. You got 5 minutes. Come on. Chop, chop. I'll give you up to 5 minutes. I'm waiting for you. This guy is amazing. And the reason why I want him to come on and share his story is because I know he didn't start off with $1 million. He didn't start off best friends with Russell Simmons or something. You know what I'm saying? This was actual like hard work, drive, passion, perseverance. This was consistency. I'm sorry, can you hear me? If there's noise in my background, I apologize. Can't help it. Right? But I'm showing up, right? Regardless if I'm in a major studio. Hello, hi. You got to show up for you. It starts with that one post. It starts with that one interview. It starts with that one conversation. It starts with that one meal. He had to cook the meal. If he wasn't cooking the meals, if he wasn't showing up, how would anyone know about him? How would he gain the experience? This didn't just happen overnight. He didn't just work in one restaurant and then ta-da, he blew up. No. The same thing with my sister at Alley Hustle, right? She didn't start overnight. This was a journey. It was a process. You have to show up for yourself and work out those things in your life. The drama, the doubt, the confidence issues. You have to show up and face and work through that stuff. And that's when your relationships in your life get in alignment. And that's when things start to get right. Because now you're getting right within yourself. And showing up for myself, I started getting clear on what I did and didn't want. And that was important. Because once you get clear on what you do and don't want, then it's on you to stick to that. And to commit to yourself enough, you know what? I'm not negotiating on this. This is the kind of relationship that I want. This is the kind of life that I want. This is the kind of money I want to make. This is the life I want for my children. This is how I want to live. This is how I want to dress, right? This is how I want to look. This is how I want to be. This is how I want to feel. I love to smile. I love to be happy. Right? What is it for you? How are you showing up? How are you showing up? Seriously, how are you showing up? Because when you're not in alignment with yourself, you're dating the wrong people, right? Things are just crashing up against each other and you don't mean it. It really could be that you don't mean it. You don't mean to hurt people. You're not trying to disappoint anyone. You thought that was what you wanted, but it wasn't quite what you wanted because you were still finding yourself. You were still getting clear within yourself. It's hard to commit to others when you haven't yet committed to yourself first. Everything starts with you. Are you ready, Bleak? You ready? Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, so we're bringing @2B_Bleak, BLEAK, on the live. He's going to tap in and he's going to share with us. He's going to share with us his story. Hey!
You got me on the toilet, girl.
Well, now YouTube, Facebook, everyone knows he's on the toilet. Okay. So introduce yourself, David. Tell us your story. I'm so proud of you.
My name is David Stanford, Chef de Noir, Bleak. You know, I've been cooking since I was 14. I came through the struggle, and like she said, like, you gotta go hard or go home, and you gotta do what you love. And I'm working on my relationship part with my job part because that's the issue that I'm going through right now. It's making them coexist.
Coexist as in your what relationship? As
far as making home happy, making money, and making my job happy at all at the same time.
Got it. That work, okay, the work-life balance is where you're at right now.
Right.
Got it. So as a chef and an executive chef, that means you likely work a lot of hours. How many hours a week do you work?
I work 9 to 5, but I be there till 2 in the morning, 11 in the morning afternoon. I do like easy. And don't get paid because I'm salary because I'm a
right.
But it has to get done.
So your from what I understand, your schedule is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But because you're on salary, as we know, if you guys aren't familiar, when it comes to salary, they've got you.
Yeah.
So even if something's not done at 5, whenever it gets done,
either I come in, I don't know if I can curse, but I'm the company's BITCH. So
okay, got it.
I signed up for the average living.
Right. That's what's in exchange for the check. Right. I'm
trying to see shorty there, like I'm not partying, chilling. I'm really slaving. I'm still picking cotton.
You're working. So now, what are some of the things that you've been doing so far, as far as maintaining your work-life balance? Because I know he has kids also. I want to say that. So he has kids. He's got a wife. He's an executive chef. Oh, there's an echo. I apologize for the echo, guys.
Yeah, definitely got 4 kids. You know,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. It took me well, but I'm trying to get what I'm trying to do now is get the balance of the household.
Got it. Right.
I'm trying to keep home happy. So
got it. Now, in keeping home happy, is your schedule consistent? I know the time isn't consistent, but like, do you have a consistent day off?
Yes and no. Like, I could be off, and then they call me in. Somebody call out, hey,
got it.
So I gotta come in.
So even when you're off, you might have to come in.
Yeah.
So you know what? I don't know what kind of phone you have, but on my phone, I'm able to put my phone on do not disturb, and I can choose what numbers come in.
I can do that too, but I don't want to get in trouble
because what I was going to say is you put your, hear what I'm saying, you would put your phone on do not disturb. The only numbers that you put on your accept list would be your work numbers. So that way on your day off, it's completely family time. Like the phone will not ring, and you can give them, this is our set hours. Let's do something, whether it's in the house or outside of the house, but you have my focused attention. I'm not texting. I'm not on social media, right? Believe it or not, I know it seems complicated and it's like, oh, what does she want? But honestly, eye contact, right?
yeah,
You remembering to just reach and hold her hand,
yeah,
rubbing her back, right?
yeah.
Your
I understand.
tone,
Yeah,
not speak. Sometimes I have a habit, right? I'm very ambitious, and you know me, I'm hyper, right? But sometimes it makes a huge difference to slow down. Slow down as you're talking to her and make it like a slow meal. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And digest the conversation.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So I was off today,
Okay.
and I ain't go nowhere, and she went out shopping with her homegirl.
Okay.
I'm like, I I wanted to go to a picnic around the corner, a little park around the corner.
Okay.
And I got very upset. Like, the one day I'm off,
Okay.
you're gonna help your friend buy a couch. It took 8 hours.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
The thing is, she couldn't help that her friend has this emergency, and this is the day the friend needs to get the couch, right?
But she's complaining the whole week. We need to spend more time.
I get it, but there are different ways to spend time, which is what I'm trying to tell you. You're missing, it's not just on that's another thing that's what I'm trying to encourage you. So let me clarify. It's also not just your day off, but those days when you come home, if you come home at 6 o'clock, maybe take a quick power nap, energize yourself, right? Don't be so quick to, I got to check in with this person or that person. Check in with the family. And by showing up different, because I'm telling, and it'll be like you just took 20 minutes each day, but be intentional. You're being intentional about it. I'm present. I'm giving you my eye contact. I care. I want to hear about your day. What's going on? What's happening in the house? I'm on the floor rolling around with the kids. You rolling around with her. I don't know, grown folks' business. Okay. But that time, it doesn't have to be, we think, I had something that I struggled with in balancing my time. I would think that the only way I could spend quality time with people, I don't know if this is any of you, I thought that I had to spend hours or I had to sacrifice a full day, when quite honestly, people just wanted to be in connection to me, and so sometimes she can't wait. You get it? She can't wait 5 days for you to be off. She needs that pillow talk conversation where you actually seem like you're genuine and connected and present the same way you were when you courted her and when you dated her. Those things count. And you got to keep doing them. So that's what makes it sustainable. Maybe she also thought you need some downtime for yourself to recover. That's from a married woman of 40 years. So that's another thing too. And then too, if there was some frustration, she might have just said, you know what? Well, we just need to boxers go to their corners. So I'm going to do this activity. Let him have some time, because what I'm hearing from him is he's tired, he's stressed out. So let him do that. I'm going to look at these couches. Bye, babe. Kiss, kiss. Right? To keep the peace. To keep the peace, So don't be frustrated. She's still there. She's still committed. She's probably in the next room right now, right?
Yeah, with the baby. But the thing is, I had something planned.
Oh, you had a plan.
On Wednesday, you complain. Monday, I'm trying to make it up. And you bypass my whole plans. But I get what you're saying, 100%. But
there's been plenty of times she had so many plans. And the plans got canceled. The plans had to get rearranged. Let's see. But you need to communicate with her. You have to talk. Yes. And you keep communicating. You keep showing up and having the conversation. It's not easy.
I know.
It's not easy to do. It's literally like being in it for the long haul. Like, I'm in it with you, you know? There is nothing greater than having a partner who understands, right? The world isn't doing me any favors. The world isn't doing you any favors. The war is not to be in our home. Right? There's enough war outside. There's enough forces outside that's attacking the both of us. There's enough forces that's pulling both our energies and both our attentions, right? So when we do come together and we are here and we're home, we need to get back in alignment with each other. And that happens with communication. And there's verbal and nonverbal communication. If you ask her to pass you something, you understand? Are you still saying the please and the thank you? Are you still giving her the hug, coming up behind her while she's cooking breakfast, maybe? Are you compliment? Wow, it's really sexy the way you raise these kids, girl. You understand? And just remembering like your love language, how you're speaking to her. Now, another thing too, are you in tune with what her love language is? Is she, and those things, because maybe, see? So love languages, right? Some people, their love languages, I need to hear that you love me. I need to hear words. I need you to affirm that you love me. I need to hear it, right? Some people are like, I need to receive things. When you give me gifts, I feel loved. Oh, look, he got me my favorite. Oh my God, he loves me. He really loves me. Some people, they need to feel it. Some people, it's touch. Man, he hasn't held my hand in a long time. He doesn't rub my arm. He doesn't rub my back. He doesn't massage my shoulders. It'll be the little things. You're driving in the car with her. When you put your hand on her knee, it's those little things.
That's her.
And the book is called The 5 Love Languages, for those of you who want to look it up. And there's a free assessment online. So it's called The 5 Love Languages.
You wrote a book?
No, I didn't write The 5 Love Languages, but my book is coming soon. Thank you very much. Right?
5 love languages.
The 5 love languages. And there's a free test. There's a free assessment online, and you can take it and she can take it. I think there's even an app. And you can both take the 5 love. Thank you so much, Producers United. Okay, my sister just put in the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, acts of service, and quality time.
And this is for women one?
No. You're messing this up. Everybody, men and women, this is a genderless thing. Everybody has a love language. There is something that she does that makes you feel loved. It's her cleaning up the house and raising the kids. It's when she gave you that fancy watch that you love. It's the time that she spends with you. It's the physical touch. Something of one of these 5 things is your main love language. And if that thing goes away, you're like, she don't love me. Man, my woman don't love me. The girl don't love me. She don't love me because she is not doing, she ain't doing it no more. I'm telling you. I'm starting to suspect. You get what I'm saying? So we all, one of these, everyone is, okay, here we go. Everyone is different. What your love language is usually how you give love and prefer to receive love. Yes, that's it. That is it. So what ends up happening is We up. See, look at them. Listen, screenshot this chat because the chat isn't still up when we get off the live. So screenshot and grab those links because they just dropped you the link for the free test. They're dropping what the 5 love languages are. We're making progress. I love it. That's what this is about. Right?
Yeah, I just screenshot it.
You got it?
Yeah.
You see, look, the executive chef is smiling. Success isn't just about getting to the bag, going to school, right? Sometimes we want to feel successful just within our household. We want to feel successful like, okay, my spirit is good. Hi, honey. Thank you. Yes. So we're talking about, will you show up for you? So this is Chef David Stanford, chef extraordinaire. Please drop your link in the chat. They need to see your food. I've got an event extraordinaire I think I just saw in the chat. I know she could stand to connect with you. Maybe you'll do some work with her. I know you're overwhelmed with work, but I don't know if you still cater or whatever. But drop your link so people can see. And then what's next for you? What's next? Because you said you feel like you're on the plantation. You're struggling with the work-life balance. So have you considered, my sister Allie Hustle, she talks a lot about additional income streams. Are you working on creating avenues for yourself that will, create some residuals so you can get to free up your time? Are you looking to own a restaurant? What are your goals? Speak it.
The truth is,
go ahead. He's showing up, guys. He's showing up for himself and he's being honest. Let's hear it.
It sounds crazy, but everybody wants to own their own business and all that. I just rather get my check faithfully.
Okay.
On payday.
Got it.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, the goal is to own your own business, to punch your own clock.
Not necessarily. Yeah, Allison, can you tap into the live? I need Allison to tap into. I hope she says yes, because she will let you know about some additional income streams that aren't showing up and like making a business, but more passive things that you can get into. There are so many different ways to invest.
Yeah, I got stocks and cryptos and all that, but
even more than that.
If I'm getting rich over it, not really, but
right. It's slow growth. It's a long-term game, right? And it's not even that we're talking about overnight stuff, right? But just having things that are in place that's going to make your life easier later.
Right.
You see what I mean? Because you're saying, okay, I prefer to consistently. Okay, she's yes. Oh, this is going to be good. She's gonna tap in. Okay, she needs her 5 minutes like you. She's on a timer. Okay, she's gonna tap in just like you. This is going to be good. Yes, this is going to be good. Okay, so on Instagram, what you guys aren't seeing is my sister, Allie Hustle. She's going to tap in, and now she's going to start talking some additional revenue streams with Chef Extraordinaire, David Stanford. Okay, and let me read his Instagram for those of you who aren't with us on Instagram. He is at chef_de_noir, NOIR. So that's chef, CHEF_DE_NOIR. Okay, follow him. I'm telling you, his food is good. Okay, his food is good. For those of you who like to repost, who like to get inspired, who like to look for new things to try, this guy is it. And he's been a chef since 14 years old? You said? 14 years old.
I was 14, 40 now.
Wow, you're 40?
Yeah.
happy birthday, old
Got great history.
You made it. You made it. Listen, you're 40 years young. Even though I'm teasing, I strongly believe we are as old as our energy. So keep your energy up. And listen, the mind, it's all in your mind. What you're believing, those conversations that you're having in your mind. Stop having that conversation. Oh, I'm over the hill. I'm heading up there in age. Oh, I'm getting old. No, still young, still have so much left to go. What if you were to live until you were 110?
Can't wait.
You see what I'm saying? So perspective, put things in perspective. If you're going to live until 110, 40 it suddenly sounds really young. 40 suddenly sounds really young, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you. Okay. So hold on. I think she just, yes. Why is it saying? Hold on. Let me see. Allison. Hold on. I think it says only one guest can be in your live room. I'm confused.
Yeah, because I seen like 4 to 6 people in lives.
Right. What is going on?
Listen, let me hang up and reconnect me.
Okay.
Plug her in, put her in, and reconnect me. You requested me.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Okay, got it.
All right.
We're going to get this done. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this done. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Allie Hustle is tuning in. She's tapping in. Tap, 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 tapping in. Tap, 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 tapping in. Hey, hey. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
My child,
Yup, she's in. She's in. Okay, so Bleak. Yes, tap. Now hit maybe to invite yourself. Let's see how this will go. Girl, get the filter right. Get it right. Hey. This is my sister, my blood sister. Real life sister.
I don't know why it's echo.
Now he's saying he can't hear. People got an echo. What is going on?
But I don't know. Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you want to do a quick get off, come back on live?
You want me to do that? I mean, I can. As soon as I get off, I'll just tap save the video and pop back on. You think it's like the connection or something?
I think so, honestly. Yeah,
it's a bad echo. Okay. So, all right.
Yeah, just
I'm out
download it.
and I'm coming right back.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yay. Oh, that's cray. Da. Okay. So right now, I the connection on Instagram was like, it got shaky, it got shady. So what you're seeing is live and in action. I had to cut off the live. Everyone's going to rejoin the live on Instagram. Ah, and hopefully we're able to get my sister tapped in. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, hey, hey. Is this better?
Yeah, a lot better.
A lot better. Oh, wow.
Good. Gotta put my clothes back on, child. Good child. Woo! But yeah, everything sounds good to me now.
Okay. I have comments from YouTube. I got comments from Facebook. I'm like, okay, hey. Do. Hold on, let me see. Let me find. Okay. Check us out. Yeah, because I said, wait a second. On we watch so many, we watch so many people's live videos, and we've seen people, 4 people on at the same time.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something like you work toward it or something.
Right? I gotta go hard. Okay.
That's
I gotta go ham like Neo, apparently.
I wonder if makes me wonder if
No, I'm gonna just 30x like Neo, apparently. Not even 10x.
yes.
I'm going 30x now. I'm going live 3 times a day. No, I'm just like, guys.
Did you ship specifically?
Yes, I did. Let me see.
It's 12:18, child.
I know.
But I have some ideas I could run off the top.
What he can do.
My stuffy nose.
Girl, allergies. It's that allergy season. I am actually I'm working towards going vegan, guys.
Ooh, child.
She's a ooh child. You got to show up for you, and I'm looking to show up for my health. And
enjoy it.
She's like, enjoy it, because oh my
gosh. You know what? I'll never forget going vegetarian and having all of you guys support me by having a vegetarian Thanksgiving. That was lit.
Yes.
Y'all, like my family had a whole vegetarian Thanksgiving just because I was vegetarian.
Okay. Sheesh.
Hey,
so I'm not sure, because something might have came up. His kids, I think his baby was up, and so I'm not sure.
Oh, if he's getting it, or if it's
yeah.
All right. Well,
and strangely, when I cut the live, it didn't let me download it. It said, "Do you want to post to IGTV?" It said IGTV or discard. So I posted it automatically to IGTV. I was like,
okay, finally.
I said, it's forcing my life. Instagram, you don't know my life.
It's about time.
Massa said it's about time, y'all. You see? Lord have mercy.
Come on.
She won't let me live. Okay, so Allison, this is Allison at Allie Hustle's feedback to chef _ DE Noir _ Noir. Sorry. And Chef David Stanford, the executive chef. So she's about to give him some feedback, right? Because his issue was work-life family balance, right? He works a lot of hours. Sometimes those hours are unpredictable. We brought up 5 love languages before we got cut off. So we were talking to him about love languages. I had recommended to him what quality time could look like, that it doesn't necessarily have to be sacrificing a full day. For those of us who are active, busy, ambitious, just got a lot going on, a lot on our plate, kids, all this stuff, right? that just sounds overwhelming. It almost sounds impossible to do, right? So I recommended, hey, there's injections, right? There's like daily doses of quality time and different ways that that could look like, right? So now Allison is going to talk about, because his vision of additional revenue streams was starting another business. And he said he prefers the consistency of he prefers a consistent check coming in, knowing exactly when that money is coming in, how much money is coming in, right? And hey, a lot of us, feel that way, right? That's the safety net, that's the comfort zone. So now Allison, she's about to hit some game day strategy. We're about to hit the playing field. And she's going to make some recommendation on how to up these income streams without necessarily starting a whole business that you're now a worker in, or it's going to rob you of a whole lot of time. So we're ending off the live with Allie. Let's go. Hey, it's Allie Hustle.
Honestly, because I tend to come up with these. Oh, you can hear me good?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is where I tend to get into my bag a little bit because we're so creative. Okay, the ideas that we come up with. So some of the things that I would say, or I guess one of the things that got to me the most was number one, especially when you're working, it can be very assuming that you have to leave your industry to make money or to make more money, more income. But if he's already a chef, we're speaking specifically, give an example. For a chef, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is already getting a salaried chef.
He's a salaried chef. Yes.
Yeah.
He's a salaried chef.
So it's the because I'm a fellow as well. And one of the things I think would be easiest to transition to is creating some kind of creating some digital or some kind of product that where you plan it out one time, you do the planning, the work one time, and then those some examples of that.
This is the digital course doctor, by the way. So let's go. We're about to talk about product.
So one of the first things that comes to mind is, of course, your chef create a cookbook. Okay, and you can even have a series of cookbooks. I have, matter of fact, it's fun enough. I have a couple in cookbooks, right? But you could have cookbooks that are based on all the five. These called again
a cookbook,
right?
Right.
You can have a cookbook specifically for desserts. You could have a cookbook specifically for appetizers. A cookbook specifically surrounding on holiday foods.
Wow.
Okay.
I even a lookbook cookbook just came to mind. Coffee table flip book. Like his food is literally beautiful. Right. There we go.
Okay. So we're creating a product that we sit down, do one time, and then just let it
will just keep paying. And books pay royalty, guys. Books pay royalties. Whatever's in between the pages.
So, you can theme. I'm sure as a chef, he already has seen a lot of different kinds of cookbooks.
Right.
So there's a market thing so that it's like a little bit more sauce to it. So one of the things that I is imagine you intentionally create this book because a lot of people we love sex, we love like we love different things like that. So we like aesthetically things. So imagine you automatically create your first book intention that you're going to create an entire collection for. So maybe that within this first book that aesthetically ties right into the second, the third, the fourth, consequently later on, right? You create something that just like looks good. And in and of itself, it's some art, but inside of it, it's literally, what you do. So again, it can be based off of a specific course, like again, dinner, desserts.
Right.
All that stuff.
Now we're talking about a course. Okay.
Right. So you could
let me know you guys are hearing this.
Yeah, you can have it.
Books, a course.
Yeah, you can have it catered to a specific. Well, I mean, like a specific course meal.
Right.
Yeah. So, So that's one thing, right? Cookbooks. And then another thing is honestly, sometimes a lot of people like to just have experiences. So how many companies have we seen pop up like Hello Chef, um, like basically these, I think it's called Hello Chef, something like that, where essentially you're literally giving people options like 3 meals like as a card inside the box, and you're just mailing them the ingredients. Let them cook it on their own. So let's say you post all these lovely pictures of your food. Everyone wants to get to your food, but you can't cater to everybody. You don't have the time. Everyone can't afford it. Whatever the case may be, you say, okay, bet you don't have access to my food. Maybe you're not in the same state as me. Whatever the case may be, great. I can mail you.
Right.
I have a company.
Wow. Wow.
Like,
Now we're talking about subscription service. Right.
exactly, with your partner. And honestly, you don't have to do it so you can scale up to a point where you're giving them the ingredients, or you could start with the base and just simply say, "Here's the sauce, here's the recipe.
Here's the sauce.
Cook with me. Have a QR, have the recipe, have a QR code that takes you to a YouTube video of you making it and putting it together."
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Just stop. Just stop. She got too much sauce. Off the top of the head. This is what we're doing.
Fresh out the shower.
Like, come on. Like, hello, hi. The White sisters do this. Hey.
Ideas, right? And then we could even technically, so we have cookbooks, right? We have creating some kind of like experience. He could even, in and of himself, just because he himself is a chef, doesn't mean he can't hire other chefs in his vicinity. So let's say he ends up locking in a where, let's say a lot of people are interested in his food, but who's to say he can't lease a space, rent a space for, one particular night, whatever the case may be, and host a ton of chefs to, like literally have a food party. I don't know if the terminology would be
Right.
like we have an event where people show up because, like I said in my live the other day, people show up for food. Hello, like people show up on a consistent basis. So why not have a
That's it.
have multiple chefs coming together and you are the hosting it. So it's hosted by Chef Day Noir. Chef Day Noir presents
Right.
Best of New York City. Whatever the case.
Now he's become like Iron Chef of New York City.
And then you're the executive chef in your field, right? You're the chef in your salad. I'm sure you know other chefs beneath you who might be doing personal chef things on the side. They might
Right. They're at their start. They're just beginning, or
yeah. Why not all just come together and make it so that you guys are can to the same hub instead of in competition, that nature. And
this was amazing. This was so good. This was so good. This was so good. And this was just organic, live, in the moment. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So again, we have cookbook. Even technically just being, matter of fact, there's a couple, like there are 2 Jamaican dads that I watch. They just make food straight from their on YouTube. They have $500 on YouTube. That ends up the bag. If you're already
wow.
Because here's the thing, hey, maybe you do meal prep every now and then. Why not time if you're already sitting back and making? Why not film? Why not film it? Like create a catalog of videos on for like your meal, because that is a bet.
Right.
That is YouTube bet. And a lot of people cooking videos. Even matter of fact, our sister I can't remember what it was, but she's always referencing going to YouTube, if she wants to learn how to cook different, and this on YouTube. It's a visual cookbook, so you don't even have to make a don't want to.
Right.
I also think it's a great idea because, like you mentioned,
with the lookbook, even that it doesn't even have, you don't even have to start at recipes. This could be one of those table topics, conversational books. And you know what? It's crazy because his food is, that luxury 5-star restaurant. It's an experience, right? So his plating is just on point, so it brings to mind even too, to get with people who stage homes, for example,
right?
And then you have people who stage homes, and when they stage it, they're selling everything as is. And there are people who say, oh my gosh, I love this place. I want everything. I want the paintings. I want the furniture. Yes. And the cute little books on the table. I want it all. Because I'm not coming with anything. Stuff has energy, and I'm leaving my past behind me. Voila. New city, new life, new me. Who this? Right? Hello, hi. Right? So there's just so much potential there. And it just brings to mind so many ideas. And we always want something for decor, something that adds to the design, the feng shui in our home. And that's something that's like ready to do. And likely already has it done without even knowing it.
Right.
This was cool.
Exactly.
This was so cool. This was so good. Oh my gosh. Appreciate you. So I can't believe it. We have been on for an hour this evening. Hello, hi. I don't. What time is it? Oh my God. It's 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is it. We're closing out.
Okay. I'm gonna head off on you and close out.
Thank you. So listen, this is the Gift of Gab Daily with your girl, Gabrielle White. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. This has been so much fun. Thank you for joining me and my guests on live. Thank you for all the comments and the hearts and the love and the likes and the feedback. Please hit the subscribe button wherever you are. Tap that notification button so you know when I go on live. I will be live for all the month of June. If you'd like to be a guest, please hit me up. You can send a DM, a private message. You can send an email. The ticker, it says that to contact I am Gabrielle White at gmail.com. Send a message in, send your pitch, send your idea. Let me know what it is that you want to talk about, and let's make it happen. Thank you so much for joining me. And once again, we honor our veterans whose lives have been lost. We thank them for their service, their commitment. We thank their families for sharing them with us, that they may keep us safe and protected here and abroad, right? So thank you so much for joining me. It's your girl, Gabrielle White, and I will see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye. Dun, dun, dun. There we go.